Good morning. Welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis. It is Wednesday, October the 4th. Good to have you with us in the middle of the week here. It's a big week here at HCC. On Friday, we have our convocation, which is coming up. And I know one person that'll be there, Dr. Amy Tan, the Dean of HCC's English and Communications Departments. Good to see you, Amy. I know you'll be there on Friday.
I absolutely will. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody at convocation.
That's right. We're having it at Energy Arena this year. And if you haven't registered, you need to do so. It is mandatory. So go online. You can find it in your emails. We'll also have a post after the show where you can have a link for registration, but make sure you do that. We want to thank everybody watching us on Facebook and YouTube. You can check us out just about every morning when HCC is in session. Not Friday, though, because that's convocation. But Amy, they can also watch us anytime in social media and on our cable channel.
That's right. The rest of the week, we are live on the Houston Community College District Facebook page, not HCC. We're also on YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, LinkedIn, and on HCCTV at noon, 5, and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday, except this Friday.
Except this Friday. That's right. All right. We're going to check in right now. You're going to be interviewing this next guest. We're recognizing October as a significant month when it comes to mental health. Nicole Loving is our counselor of counseling and ability services at HCC Central College. Good morning, Nicole.
Good morning.
We appreciate you being here. We're looking forward to hearing from you shortly. So stick around. Amy will be with you in about 10 minutes. First things off, we're going to kick things off with one of our students. We always love spotlighting HCC's students. And today we're going to take a look at HCC's Gaming Club. Claudia McMillan is a Gaming Club member and our Gaming Wednesday guest. Welcome to the show, Claudia. Good to have you with us.
Howdy. Nice to be here.
Let's start off first telling us about the gaming group. And what do you guys do when you get together? What's the purpose of the group?
So the purpose of the group is mainly to get students together to play games. Lots of people play games online, but not necessarily together in person. So that's what we do when we have our meetings. That's the gist of it so far. We have other events planned for the group, but yeah, that's our focus right now, just playing games. We played Unstable Unicorns together. We play some board games like that, Unstable Unicorns, Codenames Pictures, but we also played Jackbox together. Yeah.
So really, you're interacting with the students, and you can either play games in person or some of them online, but the idea is to kind of get together. Did this kind of launch after the pandemic and all of us were separated?
More or less. I believe they did have a previous gaming club, and this is sort of the next iteration of it. A lot of those students have moved on, and the club kind of wasn't active for a while. So yes, in the post-pandemic world, that's where we are.
What are some of the upcoming events you guys have planned?
On October 30th, we're going to be holding a gaming tournament. We have a roster of games that we're considering for now. We're actually going to take a student vote this week to see which one we settle in on, but we're discussing Mario Kart 8, Tekken 4, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, I think. But we really want that student participation to pick one.
I remember years ago when I was into gaming for a short amount of time, but it seemed like the big thing there were fantasy and zombie games and role playing. Are those still a thing nowadays?
Yeah, they really are. I know that Baldur's Gate 3 just released, and that's, in the D&D franchise. So a lot of people are really into that role playing. We've had some discussions of possibly getting a D&D group together within the gaming clubs. We have a lot of students that are still interested in that. And yeah, Elden Ring, very popular RPG as well. So a lot of students are still playing those games. Absolutely.
And you also make games yourself? Is that what you're studying?
Oh, yes. Yes. A lot of students in the game club are HCC DigiGame students, myself included. So the game club is open to any major, but a lot of students do make games. Game behind me is a game that I made with 2 other gaming club students. So we'd like to focus more on making games in the future. We'd like to run a game jam, but it's still early in the process.
As you look forward into your career, do you see yourself staying in Houston and working possibly in the gaming industry, or would you like to relocate maybe to Austin or somewhere else?
I think I'd like to stay in Houston. I've seen the rent in Austin. I know that it's not, doesn't compare to Houston. I really like Houston. I really like the faculty at HCC. We have a few gaming companies here. 6 Foot was one of them.
Yeah,
So there
we've
are
had them on our
opportunities.
shows. Yeah.
Yeah. There are opportunities within Houston that I'd like to explore for sure.
And you guys not only create games, but you mentioned game jams. Tell us about those because you host some of them.
That's right. So Game Jam is a contest in which a team of game developers make a game in a very short amount of time. It can range from 24 hours to a week. But the Texas A&M University runs a 48-hour game jam that a few HCC students have already participated in before. I competed last year with a team from HCC, and we actually won 3rd place. But yeah, 48 hours, all the assets and code have to be original. And we would like to host a similar contest within the Houston area because Houston's such a big area, and a Lone Star has a gaming program. HCC has their gaming program. We'd love to host students from both colleges and that sort of contest environment.
The event you were talking about with Texas A&M, it's called the Chillennium. Is that correct?
That's right, the Chillennium Game Jam.
Okay, all right. What's when and where do you guys meet? Is there an online link that people can go to get information on this? What's the best way to learn about it?
So we meet in person every Thursday at 4 o'clock at the West Loop campus and room C121. We also have a Discord server where we meet every Monday at 3:30 virtually. And there is a link to that Discord server that I provided y'all. I think it's only good for a week because Discord is like that, but y'all can join the Discord. Any students who want to join, change your name to your name that is, your student name. Basically,
Right.
We'll give you the student role. You'll be given access to the server. Otherwise, showing up in person. Y'all can also email me directly. I think that y'all can provide my email to students who are interested in joining as well and want more information.
We're going to have those links in your email and all that stuff in our social media post after the show. Tell us about, because I know something's coming up in spring, the Game Developers Conference. What is that, and are you planning on attending?
That's right. It's an industry conference about game development. Exactly what it sounds like. We would really, really like to get a lot of students to be able to attend, especially since we want to focus on industry relations. We want to focus on getting HCC students out there with that real world experience. I believe this one's happening in March this year. A lot of the material we watch in our game development classes is actually talks from GDC. People talking about the development of their games, new technologies they're using, a lot of really important figures in the industry go to these events. And if we could be there represented, that would be just fantastic.
Is it happening in Houston?
This year, I'm actually not sure where it's happening, but I do not believe so.
Finally, you told us about the game that's behind you.
That's right.
Tell us a bit about Heart Potato.
So this is Heart Potato Origins. It's actually the prequel in the franchise.
Okay.
Heart Potato was the first one. That's the one that I made with a team of HCC students at Chillennium that won 3rd place. Heart Potato Origins was made in 2 weeks, last month actually, by myself, Said Rezvan, and Trinity Williams, who are both Game Club members. It's a survival horror top-down shooter game that was actually made for one of our classes. But we play tested it at one of our game meetings or game club meetings. And that's something we would like to see more of in the game club, I think, is that connection between students who don't make games and students who do by play testing, getting that feedback, working together in that way.
Well, Claudia, we wish you the best of luck. We appreciate you joining us on the show and letting us know about the Gaming Club. Claudia McMillan, our Gaming Wednesday guest. We'll have all the links and information that you gave us in our post after the show. Thanks, Claudia.
All right. Thank you so much for having me.
All right. And now we're going to turn things over to Amy, and you've got a special guest talking about an important subject.
Yes, moving on to my colleague, Nicole Loving, counselor with HCC Central Counseling and Ability Services. Welcome back to the show, Nicole.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
We're very excited to hear you tell us about all the events you have coming up. And I know that next week we have World Mental Health Day. What are some of the things that you have planned for that?
Yeah, so World Mental Health Day is something very important because it brings more awareness to the students that there are people dealing with mental health stressors, issues, and mental health diagnoses. So it's very important that we bring that awareness so we can help eliminate the stigma, because a lot of people don't want to identify with having those issues and then they don't seek help. So next week, we're going to be having an event at HCC Central. It will be in the W.W. Harmon building in Suite 101 in the lobby area. We'll have a guest speaker that will give some information and tips. We'll have snacks. We'll have giveaways. So it's open for the students to come, and it'll be from 12:30 to about 2 p.m.
I'm gonna have to try to come down and participate. So, what does the yellow green have to do with that event?
Oh, so the yellow green, that is the color for mental health. And the yellow is actually the part that incorporates hope. And so I think that's something that's beautiful. So we want everyone to wear green and yellow if you can on that day. So if you're in the area and you're coming to HCC Central, please put on your yellow or green. It's fine, just to help celebrate.
I do. I love that as well, the yellow for hope. So I know you have other events this whole month. What is happening with Girl Chat Wednesday?
So we have already been having mental wellness support groups, but Girl Chat Wednesday is something that is new. I decided that we really need to incorporate a women's support group because I think the young ladies at HCC need that. They need a place where they can go and they feel safe and that they're able to share information. And also the peer support, that's something that's important because of course they can come and talk to me or, other counselors. But when you also have your peers that you can speak with and you have other people that can identify with you and they're going through the same things, that's really helpful. So that's on Wednesdays and it's monthly. It's usually on the second or third Wednesday of the month. And it's at 3:00 and it's at HCC Central in the W.W. Harmon building in suite room 111. No, room 117.
That's on the first floor, right?
Yes.
Oh, I also I think that's wonderful. I agree, and we have so many students who are coming back to, really coming back to campus this semester. There's a lot more students on campus, and I think it's wonderful to create these opportunities for social interaction and support and making sure that our students have a safe space to just be and to also talk if they need to. Can you also give us a general overview of HCC Central Counseling Department services?
Okay. So the General Counseling Department primarily provides services to students who are under the SLIP program. So our SLIP program consists of students that are on academic probation or academic suspension. And we provide counseling services because we try to help those students do better and improve academically. We also have traditional academic counseling. So if your GPA is a 2.0 or higher, because some students still seek academic counseling when they're doing well. We also have career guidance and counseling because unfortunately, there are students that come to school and they don't really know what they want to major in and what their future career path will be. And so it's very important that we get our students into career counseling. A lot of times they're not aware that we offer that. So that's something that I feel is great. And then we do a lot of personal counseling. So personal counseling is just for our students, whether they're dealing with everyday stressors, maybe something situational, financial issues, or situational depression because of something unexpected that happened, the loss of a loved one, getting into a car accident and being hurt, so sometimes there are just, situational issues. And then we have students that are dealing with long-term mental health issues. So we have students that do have mental health diagnosis and they're seeking assistance. They are trying to learn how to cope with their symptoms. being medication compliant. And so it's very important that we really make the students aware of these counseling services because they are free and the counselors at HCC are all licensed clinicians. So
that is a huge credential to have our counselors have that licensing, and it's a it provides that important resource for our students. And I know that you talked about trying to reduce that stigma against mental health issues. What other and is it just students, or do you also support staff?
no, unfortunately, we don't support staff. I know the HCC has EAP, Employer Assistance Program, so the staff can reach out to HR and get that information. But yeah, it's just for HCC students.
But it's important for our staff to know about these resources so that staff and faculty can direct students to the counseling services. Are there other resources that you have that we should know about?
Well, let me tell you where we're located at, just in case anyone wants to send a student over and refer a student. So again, I'm at HCC Central and I'm on the first floor in Suite 111. So please feel free to send a student over Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. Other resources would be just resources in the community. Sometimes we give students referrals if they are, dealing with hardships, but we primarily focus on counseling and the SLIP program. And we have a lot of workshops and events throughout the semester. We also have some other events coming up here at HCC Central next week. So on Wednesday, that same day that I have the Girl Chat, we do have a Know Your Status event coming up, and that's our monthly STD HIV testing that we have in the lobby of WW Harmon. I think that's from 10 to 2 p.m. And then we also have, I believe, a substance abuse event coming up on October 24th, DAP event, so substance abuse awareness. So just always be on the lookout because we are constantly having things to give our students information and education regarding mental health issues. If you want to find more information, you can go to the webpage on the hccs.edu website. You can go to the counseling webpage just to find out more information about the department and resources.
Thank you so much for that. And I know, one of the things that, I've been thinking about the past couple of weeks because we just wrapped up our International Week of the Deaf at HCC, and we had a lot of events at Central, and we're just reminding everyone that some disabilities are hidden. They're not visible. And I think that's the same for the mental health and the struggles that we're talking about today.
Yes.
Well, and I also know that there's a fantastic program for staff and faculty that we have offered through a grant on mental health first aid, and that's also really about aiding in suicide prevention and resources.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we just had a screening, our annual screening where we do suicide, substance abuse, and anxiety, and so that's really important to incorporate.
Well, you have so many programs. I know that you keep busy over there in the counseling office, and we really appreciate all of the work and support that you provide for our students. So thank you so much for being here today. Nicole Loving, counselor with HCC Central Counseling and Ability Services. We'll have all your information in the post after the show.
Thank you guys for inviting me.
All right. Thanks, Nicole. Thanks, Amy. We've got a few announcements to talk about before we wrap up today's show. Recipes for Success. We have student life tips. There are several virtual workshops to assist students in improving skills or studying skills to lead to the grades they want. Coming up, Remembering What You Read, 4 p.m. Tuesday, October 10th. It's a Teams meeting. And How to Win at Math, 4 p.m. Wednesday, October the 11th, also a Teams meeting. Check our post after the show for more information on registration. And there's also a faculty exhibition ongoing as well, Amy.
Yes, I always love to hear about our faculty exhibitions. This one is called Making Waves. It is Making Waves Light and Color by faculty member Sharon Worley. She is one of several faculty exhibitions now open around the HCC system. This exhibition will end October 13th. It's currently located at HCC West Loop Gallery. It's free. So be sure to click the post after the show and register.
All right, HCC has an Inventathon coming up. It's a collaboration with NASA that invites students to join a hackathon experience to explore space technology and Earth sustainability. Students can form teams or go solo to delve into coding, robotics, or make something the world has never seen. Check it out. Inventathon Hackathon is happening 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday, October 29th. It's virtual. And also, you can attend it at the West Loop. Pick your choice. Check our post after the show for more information. And our annual giving campaign is ongoing right now as well.
I love HCC. That's the theme of our annual giving campaign. The HCC Foundation has launched its annual campaign inspiring HCC employees to make a personal donation in support of HCC students. Payroll deduction is the easiest way to set up your recurring gift. And there's some giveaway drawings, which will be held later. And I have to tell you that I actually did donate one year. Well, I donate every year, but one year I won a TV. And so,
oh, there you go.
Crazy.
Yeah, people really do win.
They do.
Yeah.
Really cool prizes.
Okay. We also mentioned earlier at the top of the show, Convocation is coming up on Friday. So that means there's no up to the minute. And a reminder, HCC's Fall Convocation is Friday at NRG Energy Arena, that is. It's mandatory, so you need to register online. You can get a parking pass, and I think there's a breakfast and, of course, the presentation with our new interim chancellor, Dr. Ford Fisher. All that and more this coming Friday, no up to the minute. And if you want to register for classes, Amy, the semester is not really coming to an end, but really with the 8-week sessions are getting closer.
Yes, they're still available to register, and we're adding some every day. When we see that there's a demand, we will respond to that demand and open classes. These are really short and intense, so be prepared when you sign up for that 8-week class. It's almost like you're doing double work for compared to a 16-week semester. Most of those are going to be online anytime, online on a schedule. You may see some hybrid. We do still, of course, offer face-to-face, in-person, and our hybrid labs. So to learn more about HCC programs, start dates, and options to cover costs, visit hccs.edu/apply.
Okay, tomorrow on the show, Charday will be here, and we'll be visiting with a professor about his learning framework classes. And for Thursday Family Fun Day, we're going to take you out to the National Funeral Museum, and they've got an annual Witches Brew Festival in honor of Halloween, I imagine. That's happening tomorrow on the show. So great show. Friday, no up to the minute. Keep that in mind, but we'll see you at Convocation. Amy, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
All right. We'll see you all tomorrow live at 10 a.m.
At Houston Community College, we make your lessons matter. Open the door to real-world education, where passions become careers. Find out more at hccs.edu and let your success take flight.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
How prepared is your family if a tornado shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a hurricane? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
Let's go.
you'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Make a plan today.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Being prepared is a part of who you are, but it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
Things could be stranger, but I don't know how. I'm going through changes now. Could spend a lifetime trying to figure it out. I'm going through changes, through all of the strangeness. I'm going through changes now.